What's going on, YouTube? So you guys said you wanted to know how I got my CDL. All right, maybe I asked you guys to ask me that. Well, it's Thanksgiving week. I'm off the truck for a week. Usually Thanksgiving, what usually happens is the exterior Christmas lights go up. Anyway, one of the things you guys wanted to know is how I got my CDL. And you might see my dad and I putting up lights and things like that. Anyway, I was living out in California. I had retired from my job and was living out there, just kind of doing things, biking, surfing, really somewhat content, but I was actually kind of bored. And my girlfriend at the time, our relationship was ending. And I kind of decided that I wanted something different in my life, and I didn't know what that was. And for whatever reason, I don't have the answer the moment it happened. Somehow I looked into truck driving. I started looking into it, and I saw that you could actually get your CDL through one of the carriers, mega carriers as they're called. A couple of weeks to do that and some time with a trainer, and you would have your CDL. One of the drawbacks to it is that you're going to be required to sign a contract and stay with them for a period of time. So I looked at it, all those, and I decided to go ahead and do that option. And I chose to go to CRST. Some of the reasons why I went with CRST is, one of the main reasons was they were close to where I lived. They were about an hour out. It's out in Riverside. I lived out by the beach, south of LA. And so I felt like it was close and I could do that. That's how I got my CDL. I did my 10 months with CRST, and while working for them and everything, I learned a lot of things as far as what I wanted to do. And one of the things is that I learned that flatbed existed. I guess I never knew anything about trucking at all. So once I started seeing that, I knew I wanted to be a flatbedder, and that's what the direction I went. And I haven't looked back since. I'm very happy with Melton, and I'm very happy, love flatbed, I should say. Would I recommend CRST as a company to go get my CDL? Yes and no. I felt that I was focused in getting and going in that direction. I had one purpose, and that was to get my CDL. I didn't think I could drive a truck. I just knew that I could pass the test and learn how to drive a truck. So I felt that I could do that. Is CRST a good company? No, they're not a good company. They didn't do anything to me bad. I ran all the time, got miles, did that stuff. But I saw some things. There's definitely some things that they do that are not the best. And I'm very happy to be with Melton. Did they pay me well? No, they didn't. But did I have any experience? No, I didn't. Would I recommend team driving? No, I did not like team driving. That is probably the biggest thing that I learned. I do not ever want to do team driving. It was not fun for me. You didn't see a whole lot. You didn't get any good sleep. You better be on good terms with your co-driver. And luckily for me, both my co-drivers, we got along fine, no issues. One of the worst things that CRST does is they make trainers out of the lease ops. And so what the lease ops do, they put you in the front seat, you drive down the road, and in 10 minutes they'll say, okay, you look pretty good as a driver. I'm going to sleep. Wake me up when your shift is done, and don't back up. And then that guy gets up, he gets in the seat, you go to bed. So you don't learn anything from him, and he doesn't care to teach you anything. He's just trying to make sure he makes his truck payment. But in those 10 months, I learned a lot. I screwed up a lot more. And not only am I messing up, but your co-driver's messing up too. So you get to experience twice as much screwing up in that 10-month period. So you learn an awful lot. You learn what he did, don't do that. You learned what you did, don't do that. So now you can carry it on to the next company or your next foray into trucking, right? So in that aspect of it, I learned a lot. But I'm very happy that I went to Flatbed. I'm very happy that I'm with Melton Truck Lines. It's a company you could work for the rest of your career. So now that I told you who I got my CDL through, and then I made a lot of mistakes, I guess I could start telling you some of the stories of those 10 months and the things that I did wrong. Some of the things my co-drivers did wrong. And if you guys really want to know, I'll tell you about the worst thing I ever did as a truck driver, which was I put a trailer in a ditch, and I had to get it towed out of there. And the worst part about it, I did it in front of my parents, and my dad has all the pictures to prove it.